welcome back to another episode of Unveil the Real podcast. I'm your host, Schools. Today is a very special week. It's my birthday. It's my birthday tomorrow. Again, for those that don't know, I lost my twin earlier this year. So, thank you for the prayers. Thank you for all the thoughts, and the text messages, the DMs. Thank you for everything, y'all. I really do appreciate it. It is one thing that has been keeping me going. And I say this repeatedly more than anything, the prayers, the thoughts, that's what's been keeping me going more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my family. Shout out to my whole support system. Special shout out to Tiffany for her and the 3 kids, man. We love y'all. I mean, we're, as a family, as a village, whatever, we're going to do everything we can to just continue to make sure these kids grow up to be the best, the best version they can be, especially when it comes to like a splitting image of their father, in all different types of ways, because he was definitely an extraordinary person, man. He was not ordinary at all. Worked hard for his family, stood on his word, and he was a man. He was definitely a man. He was a father. He was a man. He was just someone who you knew you could come and talk to, keep it real with, because he's definitely going to always keep it real with you. Just a loving, caring man who always loved checking up on people. And I could keep going. He was always the life of the party. He was always everything. And one thing I really had to get understood, obviously in the time being when he was here on earth and as he left us, this man worked so hard. He really worked so hard, because my thing is, how can you be such a loving family man, such a loving father and all, and at the same time, you were always there for the parties. You were always there for the family events. And you were always the life of the party. You were always the life of the party, man. So, I'm going to slow it down a little bit. Definitely have my cries and my emotional moments, but, we are definitely going to continue to celebrate his life from here on out, man. Being a twin is just rare in itself, so we're just going to continue, to celebrate him, so I can't wait to see folks for the Lantern release, and even, the weekend prior. I appreciate all the love and support, y'all. So before I even get this full episode started, I do want to I just want to have a nice little cheers, a nice little salute to Darnell King, man. Now, let's get this episode started, y'all. As we move forward, man, week 10 in football, man. Let's just jump right into the AFC West. And this was more of a double hitter right here. We had 2 AFC West teams going against each other, the Raiders and the Broncos. To be honest, I started dozing off in this game, I think, around the second quarter. It was a boring game. Not even gonna lie. Raiders scored 7 points in the first quarter. Broncos scored 7 points in the second quarter. Broncos then scored 3 points in the third quarter, and nobody scored any points in the fourth quarter, which bring the total up to just 7-10, man. So again, Broncos advanced to 8-2, while the Raiders are, they're 2-7 now. They have not won nothing past 2 games. This definitely leaves the AFC standings with the Broncos in first place, Chargers in second place, Chiefs still in third place, even though we just had a bye week, and the Raiders are in last place, as they always are, man. So it's not really too much to say about this game. Geno, man. This might be the second. No. Let me not say that, because Brock Bowers went off last week. But Geno Smith, man, 143 yards, passing, 0 touchdowns, and he threw in 1 interception. Obviously, they only scored 1 touchdown, and that was from Ashton Genty. So that kind of speaks for itself. Let me look at Brock Bowers' numbers. Dude, and I don't know if he got hurt, because you got to excuse me. I'm not even trying to be funny. I fell asleep during this game. I really did, y'all. Brock Bowers, he only had 1 reception for 31 yards, which is obviously a very big play. But he only had 1 reception when last week, what did he score? Did he score 2 or 3 touchdowns in his first game back? So, I probably need to do a little more homework on that to see if he got injured. That's the only thing I can really think of. How could you not throw it to your top player? You only threw it to him once. So, hey, that's on the Raiders, man. I'm sure somebody's about to get fired over there too. As far as the Broncos, man, Bo Nix threw for 150 yards. He threw 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions, though. That's pretty tough. All right. Not too much to really get into with that, man. Like I said, this game was boring. I'm not even trying to be funny, and I'm not trying to sound disrespectful. Like, for it to be a nice little Thursday night game, the first game of the week, it was not impressive at all. It was not a good start to a week 10. To a week 10. I am looking at some of these games, man. Let me just kind of pause on the AFC West for a moment, but shout out to Jonathan Taylor. I mean, let me go to his stats real quick, man. He had a phenomenal game. Let's not even be funny, and let's not act like that's the reason why they won. Even though, yes, they won by 6 points. They beat the Falcons by 6 points. Jonathan Taylor, man, 32 carries. Now that is a lot. That is a heavy load, but 32 carries, 244 yards, and 3 touchdowns. All right, so I definitely want to acknowledge him because he's definitely starting to be in that conversation for MVP. That's one thing that kind of annoys me about the NFL sometimes, because I want to say last week, they were chanting Drake May being who should be the MVP. And now I don't even think anyone even chanted that this week for the Patriots, even though they did win. Where's the Patriots? Yeah, the Patriots did win versus a very tough opponent, man. Those Buccaneers, man. So I'm sure that was a very good game as well, man. So good shootout. Man, I'm in fantasy football and I have Bucky Irving, so I really cannot wait till he comes back. But anyway, it definitely was some upsets too. The Jets never win no time anywhere, but the Jets beat the Browns. Panthers, who have been on a very good run, they lost to the Saints, and the Saints have their backup quarterback in. And they lost by 10 points, man. So, I mean, I know we kind of, the saying any given Sunday, but this is like getting out of hand nowadays. The Bills lost to the Dolphins. It's like, what is going on around here? No, yes, the Ravens won. We know Lamar is just going to come back and really he has to get that rhythm going and everything. And I'm sure he's still trying to get over that. I want to say it was the hamstring injury, but we're definitely going to keep our eyes on the lookout for him. Let's see, man, but disappointing for Josh Allen, man. That was very disappointing. They fumbled so many times, and Dolphins were just fired up, man. Shout out to H.N. I can never say his name right, the running back. That dude is a track star, man. He's a speedster, man. He's definitely more of a speed back, but shout out to him. Giants, Bears. We are going to get in this game a little later. But yes, the Bears won, man. People cannot go to sleep on the Bears. As much as I talk stuff about Caleb Williams, man, he's actually He's actually doing very well. He's actually doing very well. I talk about him with his fingernail polish quite often, because I don't think any man should ever do that. But hey, do you, bro? And I know that you're at the end of the day, your teammates are going to be on your side as long as you are winning these football games, as long as you are really putting it all out there for them. All right, little drink break. All right, so Jaguars Texans. Who would have thought the Texans would have? That's what I'm saying. It's quite a few upsets going on this week. Jaguars have actually been on a pretty good run. Texans have not. So that was kind of a shocker that the Texans beat them in fashion, man, 36-29. Seahawks is definitely looking like one of the top teams in the league right now. As far as offense and defense, they smacked the Cardinals. We all knew they were going to beat them, as well as the Lions. The Lions, I just feel like the Lions are not too consistent. But again, with Jaden Daniels out, and they had to start Mariota. Lions beat the Commanders 44-22. Let me see the Rams. Whoo, now Stafford. People were definitely trying to chant MVP for Stafford because he had an MVP performance. Now, people have not been saying that the first few weeks or anything like that, but at the end of the day, they beat the 49ers 42-26, so they definitely put a pounding on them in fashion. Pause. Man, it's Steelers Chargers game. No, hold on. Let me go to the Monday night game. Also the Monday night game, man, the Eagles versus Packers, man. Eagles beat them 10-7. Very close game. Kind of similar to the Thursday game. I get it. Both teams have very, very good defenses. So it's understandable for it to not be such a high scoring game, but and again, if you love defense like I do, you really love a game like this. Yes, there were a lot of moments where it just became pretty boring. But that's to be expected when you have two high-powered defenses going up against each other, all right? Now, let's get into the last game in the AFC West, or excuse me, the last team in the AFC West, which was the Chargers, man. The Chargers, let me click on them. Chargers beat the Steelers. I should just say Justin Herbert beat Aaron Rodgers 25-10. I mean, man, Aaron Rodgers, man, 161 yards passing, 1 touchdown, but 2 interceptions, man. So, low numbers, man. But again, Chargers, man, their defense is still pretty solid, and it's understandable why. I feel like, again, the more weakness when it comes to the Chargers is their offensive line. Their running backs, they're pretty banged up when it comes to the running backs. That Kamani, is that how you pronounce his name? Kamani Vidal. 25 carries for 95 yards and 1 touchdown. It's pretty good. Justin Herbert, though, 220 yards passing, 1 touchdown pass, and also 0 interceptions. Again, man, and again, I'll give it up to the Chargers, man. Their receiving group is pretty stacked, pretty loaded, man. Obviously, their key receiver this week was Lad McConkey. Thank goodness, because I have McConkey as one of my wide receivers in my fantasy football league. But, again, you got Quentin Johnston. You have Keenan Allen. Gadsden, which is the tight end. Dude, I wish they would show Gadsden's, stats. He dropped so many passes that game, and I actually almost picked him up in my fantasy football league, but I'm glad I didn't. So, again, guys, man, we just got to keep an eye out on this AFC West right now. Chiefs, man, Chiefs. We had a bye week. Let's move on to the Chiefs. We had a nice little bye week. Keeping the players rested, getting the coaches time to really, just really prepare for what's to come. We're playing a very good offense. I'm not taking advantage of the Broncos, man. The Broncos are a very good team overall. But Patrick Mahomes has to be Bo Nix. I mean, Bo Nix is basically a little bro, man. So, Chiefs, man, Chiefs. Let's get a victory, man. I got my hammer with me today, man. I'm hyped. I'm hyped this week, man. It's my birthday. I really just want to turn up and show out, man. I wish, heck, I just wish the best for the Chiefs. I wish they can really just hear me. Shout out to the Chiefs. Shout out to the staff and everybody, man. Good luck to y'all. What is that? This Sunday. We do play at 3:25 this Sunday. So, again, this should be a very good game, man. I think besides the Chiefs, another game that I'm actually going to be looking at, which is going to be a very good one, is the Seahawks and Rams game. They are playing this Sunday at 3:05. That game is going to be very interesting, man, because two high-powered offenses. You have Sam Darnold playing pretty good. You have Stafford. Also, again, people are chanting MVP already, which is great, along with the fact that both teams have a very good, just fast and high-powered defense. So this year is going to be very interesting. I mean, not this year, excuse me. This week is going to be very interesting moving forward, and it's going to really speak a lot about what's going on in the future, getting closer and closer to the playoffs. All right, so I'm trying to see. So, of course, an AFC West matchup is going to be the Chiefs-Broncos. Chargers are playing the Jaguars, so that actually should be a pretty good game as well, man. You have a pretty banged up Chargers offensive line versus a pretty fast Jaguars defense, So we really just got to look out for that. I do have the Packers defense in one of my fantasy football leagues, and I'm definitely starting them because Jackson Dart is injured. He's hurt, and hey, that's just more points for me. I can see it now. We're not going to even go there when it comes to the backup quarterback. I forgot his name. Cowboys are playing the Raiders. Cowboys are playing the Raiders Monday night. November 17th. Should be a blowout. I worked with a couple Cowboys fans, and I told them straight up, if y'all don't have at least like 35 by halftime, then y'all are no longer allowed to talk or anything. And then the Chiefs are going to have to play them, on Thanksgiving. So this is going to be an interesting week overall for everyone. All the AFC West teams are playing this week in Week 11. So I'm going to be having my eyes open. Shoot, hey, from what? Hold on, who plays Thursday? I'm sure. Yeah, the Patriots play tomorrow. So yeah, should be a pretty interesting week, man. I'm not too worried about the Jets and Patriots, but Sunday's games, along with the Raiders playing the Cowboys Monday. Now, if the Raiders somehow beat the Cowboys, I don't know how bad y'all understand that is for the Cowboys. They're always saying they're not the America's team anymore. They've been kind of saying that, but there's just nothing else to really explain. You guys suck, cowgirls. How about them cowgirls? So, let's keep this moving forward. All right, man. That's the wrap up I got for the AFC West. Chiefs, man, we got to catch back up. We need the Broncos to lose, which we are going to go and march in there and handle business. Chargers playing the Jaguars, so I need the Jaguars defense to step it up. I ain't gonna speak about how they beat the Chiefs, but because that was crazy. If anybody's seen it, that game was crazy all the way to the last play. So, let's just see how the Jaguars are going to respond to the Chargers, man. Because Justin Herbert is definitely doing his thing right now. I'm not even gonna lie, but that about do it, man. That's it. That's it for the AFC West. All right, so man, let's get into a major topic that I want to get into today. And this was just reported, what, a day or so ago about Jaire Alexander. Shout out to him, man. Very, very great athlete. Of course, everyone knows, all pro. He's been in the league. He's 28 years old. He literally just got traded right before the deadline from the Eagles. He decided to step down from his role at being cornerback for the time being, to focus on his mental and his physical. You know, I definitely give it up for him for making a bold move like that. And the way I try to look at it, and I've been thinking about this all day, think about when you were like a senior in high school, especially if you were, you know, a very good athlete, right? Imagine if you decided to sacrifice your senior year to focus on your mental and your physical. Your last year possibly ever playing sports, you know, or, you know, just being a part of a team sport, you know, with, you know, and then if anybody know how, I'm gonna stick with football, but again, we know how it is with a team sport. It's a brotherhood, it's a sisterhood, whatever, in most sports. But when it comes to football, I mean, the all season workouts, the blood, sweat, and tears, man, where we're hitting each other, we're killing each other, we're fighting to the whistle. You know, we're pushing and doing everything we can because I want my brothers to be the best that they can be. I want to be the best that I can be as well, man. So the fact that he is taking the time out, you know, to do this, man, I think that's pretty big. But I also think that that's very important for what's going on in the world right now, man. We just lost Dallas Cowboys player Marshawn Nealon, you know, died at 24 though, man. And it's just unfortunate because of, you know, rather whatever was going on in his personal life. But the fact that if I am correct, and I apologize if I'm wrong, but he took his own life. Took his own life, you know. I don't know if it was like a chase going on or he knew he was about to get arrested. He knew he was going to jail or whatever the case may be, and he just took his life. You know, so I definitely see, you know what I'm saying, like how important that is. And again, I mentioned this probably the first thing in this episode, like, you know, I recently just lost my twin brother earlier this year, and a lot of it was due to, you know, just mental issues. You know, life in general can be tough for anybody. You know, I'm not just going to speak about too much of what he had going on, but life is just a lot of pressure, period, man. And I just hope people really start taking things like this serious. You know, get the help that you need. If you know you need help, man, get the help that you need, because it is not easy. It's not easy to just turn the other cheek and keep working and, oh, hey, I'll be all right. And believe it or not, I have been saying that probably since my twin brother passed away. You know, and I personally hope that I can get some help as well, you know, in the near future, because again, it's nobody's fault. You know, I have a very good job. I have very good health insurance as well, and I know that getting some professional help, it's all going to be covered. You know, it's all going to be covered. So I just want to keep that in mind moving forward, because I just truly believe, man, that there's, I don't want to just say like there's a solution for everything, but we just have to just learn how to communicate when, you know, we are having issues. You know, I'm big on that in my own house. I want my wife, I want my kids to just try their best to communicate with me about whatever's going on. You know, I get it because I have teenagers, so I know they're gonna more so want to keep everything to themselves. You know, they're like, well, I'm just figure it out, or I'm just not going to tell them. It's pretty typical for teenagers, but obviously because I was a teenager as well at one point. But yeah, I definitely just want to, you know, let me get back in here, but again, man, I just want to bring that topic up because between mental issues, mental illness, again, you can get injured, you can sprain your ankle or your shoulder. You might have to have surgery, but I'm not saying everything leads to financial burdens and things like that, but a lot of times it does, and it just causes stress. It causes people to try to figure out, like, how am I going to get this surgery, or how am I going to handle this situation and still be able to pay my bills without getting further and further behind. So, I really hope there are programs pretty soon in the future that can that can help people out in this instinct, because it's nobody's fault. I mean, life is just life, and man, and any adults out there, anybody, I know some young adults who probably just graduated high school, they're probably starting to figure that out. Like, how am I going to get groceries when I'm barely paying rent, or I'm barely, paying this phone bill and all? It's like, I mean, you really just got to figure it out. But sometimes some people need financial literacy. Some people need help. Some people need someone to just guide them and to coach them and to help them, just stay on the safe side of things, so that they can really just become the best version of themselves and things like that. All right. So again, shout out to Jaire Alexander. That is very big. I mean, NFL is the best sport in the world. No offense to soccer or basketball and all that stuff. Everyone at some point watches football, and a lot of people actually don't watch football, but I feel like most people would choose that if they had an option. Obviously, besides if you actually play those sports, but whatever. Football. We're playing in different countries now, man, because these countries want football to be played in their stadiums or their domes or whatever. Like, it's not a coincidence, man. So the fact that Jaire Alexander is stepping down from the best sport ever, it kind of speaks for itself. But I just hope rather he retires, or hey, even if he comes back later on, I really hope he just makes the best decision for himself and for his family and everyone, because who knows exactly why he chose to do this. He could have been getting all these concussions all and nobody knew, or his wife, again, he just got traded. His wife or kids or whoever, his family, they probably did not want to move again, or that could really cause a lot of stress in some houses. I get it, because again, I'm sure he's definitely good financially, but again, who knows what type of pressure that can put on you when you have to keep moving around and things like that. So the fact that he just got traded, and it's like, you just got to up and pack. We see NFL players do this quite often. So yes, it could be a lot of stress on the players, on the families, but it's a business at the end of the day. That's all I got to really say. All right. All right, man. Let's get into this week's Get 'em Chopping. All right, I should use this. Let's get into this week Get 'em Chopping. Get 'em chopping. All right, Get 'em Chopping, man. This week's Get 'em Chopping, man. I'm actually going to mention basically two different sets of people who need to get them chopping. All right. First, the Jaguars' entire team and staff need to get them chopping. You guys, have one of the top ranking defenses, and I think in most people's opinions, you guys lost to the Texans. The Texans, they actually have a horrible offense. Their starting quarterback is not even in the picture right now. So again, you guys lost to the backup quarterback. Again, a lot of turnovers, a lot of mishaps going on. But again, I just feel like for the Texans to be, they are one of the worst teams in the league. Which again, now they advanced to 4-5, and you guys are 5-4. They're only one game behind you guys. So again, in my opinion, Jaguars and the staff, you guys have to get them chopping, man. I feel like you guys just laid back while the Texans just did their thing. Shout out to the Texans, man. They did not give up on the plays. And again, this is the NFL. I say this almost every episode. I don't take any team, for granted, okay? Because again, this is the professional leagues at the end of the day. They're all 32 teams are professionals. So we're not going to sit here and act like, oh, you guys are playing against a high school or something. Like, no, you guys are playing against professionals still. So regardless if your starting quarterback is in or not. So again, at the end of the day, Jacksonville Jaguars, you got to get them. You got to get them chopping. Get them chopping. All right. Now, the second get them chopping. We're doing a 2 for 2 today, man. Second get them chopping. I'm going to give it to Brian Daboll, the former head coach for the New York Giants. You have to get them chopping, man. I guess starting out the season, you guys are 2-8, which is now, you're tied with a couple other people, but it's definitely one of the worst records in the league. I feel like the Jets probably have a better record than them now. But again, not only that, now your starting quarterback Jackson Dart is hurt. Now he's not even going to be starting in Week 11. To me, just disappointing performances. They had leads. They had pretty good leads, kind of going into the third and fourth quarters and things like that. And they blew the leads. You're 2-8, so it kind of speaks for itself. People were very excited about the New York Giants because I know the main two was because of Jackson Dart and also because of the running back Scatterboo. Scatterboo got hurt, 1 or 2 weeks ago, and now Jackson Dart is hurt. And in my opinion, a lot of that is because I know you have an offensive coordinator, but at the end of the day, the head coach has the final decision. If you're going to keep rushing your quarterback like that, you get a rookie on top of that. Damn, I get it. We want to win, but do you want to really win that bad? I believe Jackson Dart actually scored 2 touchdowns on the ground. I think he rushed in 2 touchdowns, which again, nobody's too surprised from that, but it's just the fact that, look, you guys did all of that and you still lost. I'm trying to pull up the stats right now, man, for the Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart, 242 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, but he did rush for 2 touchdowns. All right, so that's about the big difference right there, to the point where they actually have to put Russell Wilson in the game, which is crazy. But no disrespect to Russell Wilson, but if anyone watches football, then we know what's going on. Russell Wilson will have to get him chopped to him pretty soon. Keep messing with me. But anyway, man, Brian Daboll, you got to get him chopping, man. I know you're not even you don't even have a team right now, but you still can get on the sideline and get him chopping, man. That's all I want to say. All right.
Hey, that's just how I feel. Yeah, that's just how I feel. Hey.
This week's reaction video. Oh, she took them off. Oh, they about to fight. Oh, she said she didn't put in on it. She didn't put in on it. She broke. It is 1 bottle. It's a 5th. Dang, she went. She ignoring it like, oh, well, I got my little pineapple juice. Now, in my opinion, I feel like we all been in this type of situation, man, to where, didn't put in on this. And you know, obviously, so I don't know if men would have did it differently, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like for me, I mean, yeah, I would have just had to tell you once, you know what I'm saying? And that should have been that. I get it depending on the type of people you're around, the type of friends you have. But yes, like, man, I don't even go to the club like that. I don't get me and my guys, we don't get sections. We probably would if we did, like, we were out of town or at a resort or just at a club. It is what it is, man. We're grown. We all can pitch in whatever the cost might be, $100, $150. We can all pitch in to actually get a bottle or section or whatever you want to call it. But I don't blame her. I don't blame her in this instinct for snatching it. Now, yes, that could be a silly situation too, because the way she was snatching it, you damn near about to pour it out. So, but I get it, man. It's the principle, man. Like, play your part. If you know you didn't put in on this bottle, I get it. Now, me, I'm the type of person. Let me get mine. I'm probably pour probably a whole cup, or something like that, and whatever. Y'all can have the rest. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not about to be selfish over no freaking Don Julio like that. Like, come on, bro. It ain't even like it's some spectacular tequila or anything. But like I said, me personally, I'm gonna get what's mine's or whatever. I'm gonna get what I paid for, and then y'all can do whatever y'all want to do with the bottle. If my homegirl gonna let her get her portion or whatever the case may be, that's on her. That's how I feel about it. Like, why? I'm not arguing with you about this. I mean, it literally looked like they was probably about to throw hands, but luckily that girl's mature enough. She probably realized, like, the girl, low key, the girl probably realized, like, shoot, she ain't lying. Like, I ain't put in on this, so I'm gonna grab my little cup of Sprite or pineapple juice, and I'm gonna just keep doing my thing. I'm gonna ignore her, because again, that's embarrassing, man, and that's what's crazy too. Because if they actually are friends, that's just kind of ridiculous. Because you just embarrass her. Y'all see the flashlight, whoever was recording, so obviously y'all see that whoever was recording, you just embarrassing yourself, you embarrassing your friend. I mean, again, I'm glad it didn't get too ratchet, and I'm glad they didn't start fighting. But comment down below if y'all actually think that girl is wrong or right. Who's wrong in this situation, who's right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just glad that girl handled her situation well, the right way, and just didn't blow it up and take it too far out of proportion, man. Because I mean, it is what it is. You did not put in on this. Like, are you? I was about to say, are you broke? Or I was about to say whatever the case may be. But just keeping it real, like, what is it? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't you put in on this? Hey, did you not get paid? Whatever the case may be. But as a friend, I am not going to trip off of no alcohol. Maybe they're just younger than me, and they look younger than me, obviously. And that's probably why they, you know what I'm saying? That's probably why they, are taking it this much serious. But, again, at the mature age that I'm at, I'm just not about to be in the club anyway, spending money on one bottle. Like, literally, that bottle probably, let me see, that was some Don Julio. That bottle was probably nothing less than $40-$50, man. But then you got to think of how much that section cost. That section was probably alone, like, I'll just say $300-$400. So I get the frustration, but to me, that's just not a big deal. Like, take it for what it is, y'all. Like, if your friends come in, and honestly, most of y'all know if y'all friends got money or not. So that's really on y'all, man. So comment down below. What do y'all think? Who's wrong? Who's right? All right. That's all I got for that. Music of the week this week, man. I actually just started listening to this guy, and he's very similar to some of the other artists I listen to. And I'm pretty sure the only reason why his name came across is because of this artist named DIDNT. who is someone signed with Griselda. Believe it or not, he sounds very, very similar to Westside Gunn. I'm still learning this artist, but again, I just listened to his new album. It's very interesting, man. But anyway, this is a artist from Los Angeles. He's an artist and a producer as well. His name is, and I could be saying this wrong, but it's 067 Red. That is his name, 067 Red. All right, and this song is off of his new album, Red Shot My Porsche Window. Very, very interesting album, man. I do like it though. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I like it because again, I'm getting more into like the poetry. I'm getting more into the lyrics. I love how his music is. Like I said, it reminds me of just kind of the Griselda, just a lot of different producers, and you know he's using a lot of different instruments when it comes to his music as well. But before I end this episode, again, definitely have to say thank you all for tuning into this episode. Hey, I've been drinking quite a bit this evening. It is what it is, man. My birthday's November 13th, y'all. Thank y'all for the love, man. Thank y'all for the subscribe, comment. Keep commenting, y'all. Keep sending that subscribe button, or, keep telling people about to subscribe to my guys' channel. Again, talking football, reacting to videos. We're doing a little bit of everything, man. I'm going to start breaking this stuff down a little bit more. But until then, man, RP to Darnell, man. My twin, man. I don't even know what else to say, man. I love you, bro. Between my dreams, between when I'm up all day, it has been a battle, man. But again, check y'all mental health. Check y'all mental health and even your physical health as well, man. That's one thing I want to just keep preaching. I love working out. I love eating right. But more importantly, I love doing things that's just going to really keep my mind stimulated, keep my mind, at ease, if that makes sense. All right. So happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to Darnell, man. RP to the twin, man. This is, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to get emotional. So let's get into this song, man. Off the new album, Red Shot My Porsche Window. All right, and this song is called They Had to Walk Me Out of Prada. All right, featuring Bari Rock, which is also another good artist as well. Check them out as well, man. This is They Had to Walk Me Out of Prada. All right, you all have a good one. I'll holler at y'all next time.
I told you we don't play fair. A tears is dripping on the diamond, yeah.